Yo ninjas and Kaio! In this video we're gonna practice the Airflare together. First I'm gonna explain and show you the exercises, then you can repeat them with me. I recommend to follow and practice the exercises in this video at least 3 times per week, because the Airflare really needs consistency. The first times is gonna be challenging, but then after a few weeks, if you follow it properly, it will become easier and easier. The goal by following this video is to learn your first round of Airflare. If you can already do 1 round of Airflare but you cannot do more, I still recommend to follow this video for a few weeks, and then once you master all the exercises, you can go on with harder exercises. And if you want me to make another and a harder Airflare follow along video, let me know in the comments down below. If I'm gonna make it, it will be focusing on learning multiple rounds of Airflare. If possible, try to warm up and do some active stretching before this routine. If you can't because you have no time or for other reasons, you can still practice this routine, but don't push yourself too hard. However, in this routine we are gonna start slow and increase the level step by step. In this video I'm gonna show and teach the Airflare clockwise. If you spin counterclockwise, just mirror what I'm doing. If you will need more help for your power moves, check out my Patreon link in the description. And let's start! Let's learn the first round of Airflare. First of all, we are gonna warm up a little bit with some easy air freezes on both sides. So just this air freeze with your legs straight and wide on both sides, like this. Let's do it pretty easy right now to just warm up a little bit. Then we're gonna improve and change the form of the air freeze a little bit. 5 times on the left side, 5 times on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side, right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next exercise. This time do the same freeze, but grab your foot or your leg like this and pull it towards you. So do this or this, and really pull your leg as close as possible towards your chest or your shoulder, like this. On the other side, 5 times, 5 times, 10 times in total. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next air freeze is with your legs bent, like this, in a handhops position. So on the left side it's gonna be like this, on the right side it's gonna be like this. Are you ready? 5 times and 5 times as usual. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next exercise, pike freeze. The difference now is that you're gonna turn more your chest. You're gonna open your chest. So in the first air freezes, we were sideways with our arm and our chest. This time we are gonna turn in this way. If it's possible, try to make your legs straight. So if it's possible, try to do something like this. If you can't, just do this, but turn. And also with your head, try to watch up or try to watch the other side. So don't watch the floor like this and don't watch your hand, but turn and watch up or try to watch toward the other side. If it's not possible with your legs straight, bend your legs, but slowly with time try to make them more straight. 5 times on the left arm, 5 times on the right arm. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side, right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next exercise, hand-ups on both sides. The main goal is not doing many hand-ups, but is doing just few hand-ups, but try to make the movement and the push with your knees as clear as possible. So don't kick like this, but kick like this. It doesn't really make sense for airflares to learn many hand-ups but with a bad form, but it's way better learning just few hand-ups, even just 1, 2 or 3 or 4 hand-ups, but with a really good and powerful form. So this is an example on the left arm and on the right arm. Just one hand-up on the other side. Now you can choose based on your level how many hops to do, but don't do more than 3 hops. Just do 1, 2 or 3. If you're a beginner, just start with 1 hop. This time we're gonna do it 3 times and 3 times, one side and the other side, to not stress our wrists too much. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 1. 2. 3. Other side, right hand in my case. 1. 2. 3. Let's start spinning. Let's do the power move start 10 times. The power move start is this one here. You start in this position and you do this movement here. And you repeat it 10 times just to warm up. I'm gonna do it without stopping, like this. To make the warm up a little bit more effective. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Next one is gonna be very similar to a swipe. We're gonna repeat the power move start from here, and we are gonna end up in a kind of like a swipe position, like this. You start and you end up here. Your feet should face forward, not sideways like this, not like this. Before landing on your feet, you should really focus on turning your chest and your hips, because during the airflare you're gonna do the same thing but with your legs in the air. First, turn your chest and your hips and then land on your feet. Start, turn and land. From here, you want to jump to the other arm like this, and from here repeat the same movement as before. Try to face the other direction, so you are gonna spin in a circle. So from here you want to repeat the power move start like this, turn and land. Remember to turn and then land. You should not land on your feet before turning. We're gonna repeat it 5 times. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next exercise, the same as before, but this time, before landing on our feet, you want to hold the hand-ups position. You're gonna do the normal power move start. Then, when you are on the right arm, you're gonna turn your chest and your hips, and you want to hold your knees towards your chest. And then, when you cannot hold them anymore, just lean or land your feet on the floor. This is an example. So I try to hold my knees toward my chest for a little bit longer. I show you again. And we're gonna repeat this exercise for 5 times as before. Ready? 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next exercise, we're gonna focus only on the throwing part. If you spin clockwise, you're gonna start from the right hand. So from here, from a footwork position, you lean your right hand backwards. From here, you should try to go to a handhops position, kind of like this. You can even stay very low for this one. You can even stay like this. It doesn't matter how high you are with your legs and with your hips, but the important thing is just that you try to hold your knees towards your chest. From this position, we are gonna push our legs out and we're gonna jump to the other hand. You should try to land in this position on your left arm. Then in an actual airflare, we're not gonna land like this, but for the moment, this is perfect. So from here, push and try to land like this. One more time, I show it from this side. So from here, kick, push your knees and land in this position here. Push and land here. We're gonna repeat this throw 5 times. Ready? 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next exercise, let's put together the last 2 exercises. So basically you're gonna start from here, you're gonna do the start, you're gonna try to hold yourself to the handhops position, and then you're gonna throw and land in this position here like before. Start like this, you hold and you throw, and you end up in this position here. When you do this exercise, make sure to not rush in the throw, but to really turn yourself, turn your chest and your hips, try to hold your knees to the handhops position, and only after you reach the handhops position you can throw. If you are in this position here, don't throw from here, but throw when you are on the right hand in the perfect handhops shape. We're gonna do it 5 times. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're gonna start from here directly, from the footwork position, same exercise as before, but this time we wanna end up landing in this position here. So with the right leg up. If you spin counterclockwise, you wanna end up with the left leg up. So after reaching the handhops position, this position here, you should bounce your legs out in the same way as before. The right leg, in this case, when you spin clockwise, is gonna stay in the air. So you're gonna push it not like this, with this leg, but you wanna push it in this direction in the air. This is an example. The more you're able to push your hips up, like this, and not like this. So to land in this position here, with your hips as high as possible, the better it is for your airflare. Because in the airflare, you really want to push your hips up. We're gonna repeat it 5 times as usual. Ready? 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now let's put together the last 2 exercises. So we're gonna start from here and landing in this position here. Remember to really hold the handhops position. Don't rush in the throw. Don't throw too soon when you are still on 2 hands, but first remove 1 hand, turn, and then throw when you are in the correct and perfect position. This is a wrong example on how to do it. You see, now I rushed too much and I was not really able to control the turn. So you really want to focus on all the steps and put together all these steps. Don't rush. So this is a good example instead. Hold and land. As usual, we're gonna repeat it for 5 times. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next step from the footwork position again, we're gonna repeat the same thing, but this time instead of landing in this position here, we're gonna turn our hips more in this way and also our feet and try to land in this position here. It's very similar, but this time you wanna turn a little bit more with your hips. So don't focus only on the bounce of pushing in this way, but also on turning. You throw the arm, but you also turn your hips at the same time. If you want, you can even try to land with the right hand on the floor. So in this position here. In this way, you make sure that you really turn yourself. Because if you land in this position here, it's gonna be very hard to lean this arm on the floor. So think about throwing, turning your hips, and leaning the opposite hand on the floor. This is an example. We're gonna do it as usual 5 times. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, let's put together the last 2 steps. So let's start from here. And this time, from here, from the power move start, you want to try to turn yourself more and not landing here, but try to land here or with this hand already on the floor. Again, it's almost the same as before. It's a very small change, but it's going to be really helpful to turn and to push a little bit more. Also in this case, remember to not rush and to think about all the steps. Really reach the handhops position, hold your knees towards your chest, and only after reaching this position, push your legs out and turn. Don't do it before, don't rush. So this is an example. Let's repeat it 5 times. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's focus on the throwing part again. If you want, this time you can even start from this position. Like if you start handhops, it depends how you feel more comfortable. Let's try it first from here. You want to do the same thing as before, but this time instead of pushing your legs out in this direction here, you want to try to push your legs up as high as possible. To make it a little bit less scary, there's a little trick for you. Try to land on the right leg in this position here. So really push your legs and kind of like try to cross them in this way. If you feel like it's too hard for you, just repeat the previous step and don't practice this step yet. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I told you, if it's easier for you, you can practice the same thing from this position and really try to pay attention on the angle of my legs. You will notice that I don't push in this direction here, because if I push my legs in this direction, they are gonna fall. Instead, I push up. Let's go ahead now and let's put together the last 2 steps. Just keep practicing the last step that you can do it correctly. You don't want to practice something wrong. So for example, if you are stuck to this landing here, just practice until this point and keep practicing it until it feels more natural. Then go ahead with the next steps. This is an example of how to do it correctly. So this time try to avoid landing in this position here, but try to land here or here. Another way to do it correctly is this one here. It's very similar as before, I just try to keep my legs higher. Let's do it 5 times as usual. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last step for this video, choose a move between the flare, the windmill and the swipe, maybe the one that you can do better, and try to connect one round of Airflare to one of these moves. In my case, I choose the flare because it's the way I learned it, but you can choose swipes or windmills if you want. Even if you fall after one round of Airflare, so even if you land in this position, for example, still try to connect the move that you choose. Let's say that I land here in the Airflare, I still want to go to flares. Don't just fall in the Airflare and stop, but really force yourself to continue the movement. Let's do it 3 times. Remember to not rush, don't throw too fast, but focus on all the steps that we did before. So focus on the handhops position with your knees towards your chest, try to bounce your legs up, and then try to connect the other power move. Really focus on all the steps. If it looks something like this at first, don't worry. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. 1. 2. And 3. If you still have some energy, you can try to connect Airflare to swipes or to flares or to windmills some more times. But if you notice that your technique is getting worse, just stop for today. Try to repeat this routine around 3 times per week. If possible, the best would be 3 or 4 times. I really hope it's going to be useful for you. If you will need more help for your power moves or your breaking in general, check out my Patreon, link in the description. And if you want, check out my merch, also link in the description. See you next time with a new tutorial. Yo ninjas!